Hi, everybody. I want to go over the week 4 assignments with you so that you have a better idea of what you are to do. So we are now done with Unit 1. In Unit 1, you chose a contemporary issue and you looked at 2 different articles to provide you an overview of what this issue is all about. Now in Unit 2, we're going to continue to investigate that issue. This time we will do an informational essay in which we compare and contrast two opposing viewpoints on this same issue. For Unit 2, we'll be using the SIRS database to find our articles. So to get started with Unit 2, the first thing I want you to do is to think a little bit more about your contemporary issue. So there is a link to a discussion topic that has 5 different questions for you to think about. You need to respond to at least 2 of them with at least 2 or 3 sentences per answer. So we do want you to reflect and think a little more deeply about this issue now that you have a little bit of background knowledge on it. Once you've posted your answers to the questions, you'll also want to check out your fellow class members and read at least 2 of their posts and reply to them. Please make sure you give thoughtful replies, not just I completely agree or great job. Do a little bit more than that if you want to get full credit for your discussion topic. Again, 2 questions answered, at least 2 class members' posts replied to. All right, the next thing you want to do is a little bit of reading. And now we're in the Unit 2 learning materials, but I do provide the links for those 3 items that you should read this week. All right, and then the final thing you're going to do this week is to do a little bit more research. This time we will be in the SIRS database and you will be finding 2 articles, each of which takes an opposing viewpoint from the other on your issue. So let's see what that would look like. So we'll go into our library databases and go to SIRS. And you found your issue here in SIRS. So you just want to find that same issue that you used before. So here, if your issue was artificial intelligence and this was your research question, SIRS already divides it into the 2 viewpoints and provides you with 3 articles on either side. So it may be that one of these articles will work for viewpoint 1 and for viewpoint 2. But you do need to look at the articles and make sure they pass the CRAP test. So we'll click on this first one, and you need to make sure it's recent. Because we're looking at articles that take a position, we do want your articles to be named. So this one would not be suitable because it's from NPR. There isn't a named author. So we do want you to have a specific person who is making this opinion statement. You do also want to make sure that the article is expressing a particular view. It's possible that SIRS might list an article that really is more informational and doesn't really express an opinion. That's really what we're looking for now, is someone who is arguing for one side and then for the other. So if that one doesn't work, go back and check the next one. This one does have an author, it's recent. You also want to make sure that it doesn't say it's from University Wire. That is a collection of student articles, and those would not be acceptable for our papers. So this one could possibly work. Of course, you'll want to read through it and make sure that it does express a specific view. You'll do the same thing on the other viewpoint and find one as well. If you find that none of the articles that are listed work, then there's a link to find more sources on this issue, and you'll see quite a few listed here. These are not divided by the 2 viewpoints, so you'll have to use your own reasoning to find a suitable article for each side. Okay, now you don't have to do anything with the articles this week. We'll be working with them next week. But as some of you know from last unit, if you chose an article that wasn't acceptable, you did a lot of work and then you had to redo it. So I do have here a discussion topic. It is optional. There's no grade associated with it. But if you want to give me the title, author, date, and the source, publication, of your 2 articles, I will reply and say, yes, these are great, or no, this one won't work, so maybe try this one. I would highly recommend that you do that so that you don't do a lot of work, then have to just redo it. But again, that's optional. All right, so you're revisiting your topic, discussion post, and just finding your articles are the 2 things that you're really working on this week, in addition to a little bit of reading. If you have any questions, please let me know.